Guys, today I have an interesting question. What happened to the person that you would and you had dreamed when you were a small kid? Like, what about the person who would do anything to achieve his dream? Like, the extremely enthusiastic, extremely motivated person. We ask this question ourselves a lot, right? Like, we used to think we were better when we were in school days, we were smarter when we were in school days, we were playing. I was like wasting everything that I was into, say music, dance, sports, academics. I was in my prime era. But that prime era is no longer, and you're just okay with the fact, like because you were very great at once and now it's like this, you're fine. But it's not for normal, the college going people or elder people or anyone for that matter. Even a ninth standard student would say, I was better during my fifth and sixth. So it's not about the age factor or the school or the university or anything. It comes down to one thing, that is something that we have, something that has engulfed us completely, right? By now you would be knowing what it is, but I'll name it. That is nothing but your false dopamine. Dopamine was an inbuilt motivation system. When there was nobody to come and tell you to, do this, you can do this, you will do this. Even when those circumstances are not there for a person, our own body does it for us. So sweet of a body, right? Dopamine is a happy hormone, like it is a rewarding hormone. When the body is really working hard, if I've completed a very hard task, our body would produce this dopamine and we would feel the sense of motivation. Oh yeah, I have done this and I'm so grateful about it, I'll do it more. So this is what a dopamine is in a nutshell. But we humans find loophole of in anything, in any system we find a loophole. So this loophole, it's not, I wouldn't call it as a loophole anymore. It has become a huge black hole, right? We are in this era of electronic era. I am calling it as electronic era. It is like electronic era. You're surrounded by a number of gadgets, information, and whatnot. Like every reel, every shorts, Instagram, Twitter, so colorful and so distracting. Like it's so much that you don't know from where we are getting distracted, right? But it's all because the sense of distraction is also your false dopamine. That is, when you mindlessly scroll through Instagram or YouTube or binge watch any show, for you do that Netflix marathon thing, like binge watch like for hours. So what happens is that your brain tend to reward it. Whenever you scroll, there is a release of dopamine, there is a minimal release of dopamine at the start. So our body mechanism is like for any drug, it's like a drug, okay? First we are like, we want it, but the more we get, the more we want. Like we are never satisfied with it. So you would have experienced, your eyes would be tearing up, your head would be paining, you just want to throw this phone away because you are already using it for hours. But then when you keep it aside for 2-3 minutes, again you pick it up and you scroll it. Why is it so? Because your mind is releasing something called as dopamine, but it is falsely activated. So you're getting that sense of urge to get that dopamine again and again and again. So it's really harmful, and it has already harmed us to a great extent. It's that we are just neglecting the fact. So it's a very serious thing that we have to take it under consideration. So it's not all of bluffing, right? It's actually stated by Dr. Anna Lemke, a Stanford professor, who did research on it and says that there will be release of dopamine when you scroll or for any notification or for any likes that you get, and our brain craves for it more to feel that sense of satisfaction. And also in 2022, a very recent study in Harvard University says that the more you use the social media, the more your prefrontal cortex shrinks, an essential part of your brain. So why am I talking about this? Is because prefrontal cortex plays a vital role in decision making, rational decisions. You have to make a rational decision, and your emotional stability and your self discipline, your self control, everything is being dictated by this prefrontal cortex. It's like a CEO of all these good things. So you can imagine when it shrinks, the opposite will occur, which is not good and which is very evident nowadays. Like people are emotionally unstable, people are going for very irrational, decisions. They don't have self control, self discipline. It's all a long term harm, all harming for the person that you have dreamed of. Like, you have actually almost given up on the dream. Like most of us have done, but you have to rewire yourself. Like we are not broken by the system. We need just a little bit of rewiring to bring us back on track. Merely we are the one who found this, social media, the phone, the electronic gadgets. So when we found it, we also know how to get out of it, right? So what can you do better to escape this, the false dopamine whole scenario? It's like always, first cut off your false dopamine. Go for no sugar. Actually, sugar also stimulates false dopamine. Go for no sugar. Go for, any addictions you have, cut it down. Any social media, cut it down. Just try for 21 days. They say it requires 21 days to build a habit. So why not you try to cut down the habit? Like it's never too late to start an habit, or it's never too late to quit an habit. This is what I think, right? So you can always replace the bad things with the good things. Instead of, scrolling, binge watching, gossiping, negative thoughts, all this, just go for a mindful walk. Just have a mindful conversation with your, like, a dear, trustable friend. Like you study, you write, you rewire yourself, you go reconnect with your past passion, your habits, your talents, right? And you have to also delay your gratification. You should not go for activities will just give you that instant gratification, which is not going to help you in the long term. Just find something, work hard for it, you will get a sense of dopamine and you will feel motivated to do better things. Instead, if you go for this, short term ka happiness, you'll always end up doing something wrong. That is what it is. It might be hard to take it as what it is. You have to quit all this. You can use social media or anything, but for a very good purpose. If it's helping you, yes. This really applies if you really want to become someone. So what is the essence of this talk, right? The essence of the talk is when you lie on the bed thinking that I should have done better, I had more potential, oh no, I'm too old now, I had so much of potential, I just wasted the time on the goddamn stupid phone. I wish I did better. Oh my god, I regret it so much. Instead of feeling that Sunday night in your bed, just change it now. You can. So I want to end this talk with a very sensible quote, which is told by James Clear, the author of a well-known book, Atomic Habits. It goes like, every action that you take is a vote for the person you want to become. Either be it nation or be it for your own life, vote wisely. Bye lads.